Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're just going to be checking out Party City. As you can see, we're going to be looking to see whether it's better to buy your costumes or just make one yourself. So let's go.
So what are you thinking about getting, Shane?
I'm thinking Batman number 894. Muscle jumpsuit with attached boot covers, mask, a cape, and a belt. Wait, there's no cowl. Does it say anything about a cowl? This is what you guys can find here at Party City. It's not too bad actually in terms of the price. This is $8. And it's actually a pretty solid build. It doesn't flex too much, and to be honest, it's in a pinch, this is definitely your best bet. Honestly, yeah, this is my first time buying a costume here in Party City. Like before, right, like people, when I was just a kid, people would just get it for me, but here is like, I basically had to talk to the staff member, ask him like $8.94 for the Batman outfit, and to be honest, the price isn't bad. I was expecting something in the hundreds, but it's actually $60, so. Okay, so just received it, and it doesn't look too bad actually. Standard size, 4-piece costume, and to be honest, like I'm already looking at it, looks like the cowl here is definitely different from this hard plastic mask. The fabric looks pretty okay. I mean, like I'd have to get, like, you know, actually like feel it to really know, but to be honest, this doesn't seem so bad for like $60. Well, we'll see what else we can make though. So after everything's kind of said and done, at the moment what we have is the full costume, which was at $60, and then some what is called black shimmer eye makeup, basically to help out with the cowl. That was about $5, so I would say altogether seems roughly like maybe $60, $70. Not too bad actually, but let's see how much better we can actually do with our own skills. So.
Going to determine whether it's better to buy your costume or to make your costume. Prior to me making this piece, we did a little bit of research and we found out that on average, most incomplete costumes will cost roughly 60 to 80, depending on how large it is and how incomplete it is, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we found that the other two tiers is there's completed costumes, known as the Grand Heritage series, and then there's the Collector series. So the Grand Heritage ones will be based mostly off of the movies, and those are roughly starting at $250 up to about $500. And then the style that I was kind of trying to emulate is an in-between of the Grand Heritage series and their Collector series, which would basically come with everything: a cowl, a cape, latex muscles, and everything, looking like the comics and stuff. And this is sort of what I have created. For this piece, we're looking at just about maybe $40, maybe a little bit less actually. Roughly, let's just say about $40 for this piece, and then the belt itself was about $25, I think. But masks is really where things get expensive with Batman, because it always has a certain look and it can't really deviate from that too much. So here we have two urethane cowls that will cost you quite a bit.
Yeah.
This piece here was actually a flawed casting, and this still cost me $210 shipped to Canada.
Boy.
This one was a flawless brand new copy that I ordered, and this was about $350. Now, I get that, you know, the prices of these alone cost as much as some of the Grand Heritage series stuff. So sometimes, you know, for the sake of this video, for example, you could actually get Halloween things from stores and it will still suffice. So this piece was based off of Batman v Superman. It was manufactured by Ruby's Custom Company. This piece here cost me, I think, $35.
35, wow.
Yeah, $35, and it looks pretty good. But I guess we only got one thing to do now, so we're gonna
try it on.
We're gonna go ahead and suit up, and yeah.
Let's see how it looks.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do this.
right, so now that we've tried on these costumes and everything, what do you think are the biggest takeaways? What are the biggest pros, cons, and sort of tips to make your costume better?
So for the one that I wore, right, pros, it's super comfortable, right? Absolutely breathable. It is lightweight, all right, and you can actually just stuff it all into one bag, all right? You don't need, a lot of space for it. It is really easy to slip on, all right, in and out, all right? Now cons, right? Kind of attached to that. You may need a second person to help you out, all right? In and out of it, all right? Let's say for bathroom breaks or otherwise. Second con, all right? It is extremely cheap. Like, it is, you can really feel, like, in the material, all right, that, like, a simple cut might actually tear the whole thing open, right? And then the final con, all right, is that it requires a lot of finesse and like fixing to actually make work properly, because you need proper arm guards, all right? You need to cut off whatever those boot covers were.
Those duck feet.
Exactly, all right? And you will definitely need a different mask, because the one that I had, just inexcusable.
I think the biggest takeaway for your costume is, at the end of the day, it is indeed incomplete. So I would say, in a pinch, what you should do, like for a convention, for example, since it is mostly an all black look, is maybe remove the emblem, get a different cowl that has an emblem on it, maybe a different cape as well, and definitely get the other accoutrements that you will need to complete the costume. I do question if the price tag of $70 is really worth it though.
Exactly, yeah.
So as for my costume, I feel like the biggest pro is that it does look good and it's custom fit for you, or for me in this case. The anatomy could be whatever you want it to be, of course. That's the biggest thing about making it, is it could be whatever you want. And it's cheap. This whole torso piece is only like $40. So that's still less than your incomplete costume on top of that. I would say that this looks a lot more authentic to our reference material of both movies, comic books, and TV shows. Can't really move in certain areas, like from the collarbones, like your clavicle down to your waist. It's all anchored in as one piece for the seamless look. So it's very not tight, but like lack of mobility. And then of course these headpieces, you can't really turn your head that well. You can't really hear, and you can't really see through them that well because of how aggressive the brow is. It kind of narrows your vision. But the dope thing about this is that you could completely wear this all by yourself, at least the way that I have designed it. You could put it on all by yourself, and you have accessibility to pockets as well as going to the washroom independently, which was a big thing that I strive for. With all of that said, what do you think is better in this case for the character of Batman? Do you BUI or DIY?
I think you DIY. And I'm only saying that because of what you got within that package with the mask, alright, and the boot covers, alright, like, it's something to be said about, like, when you buy the costume, right, that's just what you get, right? And you have to add on, like, whatever pieces or maneuver with whatever you have, right? But when it comes to, like, the DIY, alright, like, let's say that you want to add, like, a bit more definition in the pecs, alright, or let's say that you don't like the color, right? It's just a lot easier and you have more options, right? And when it comes down to it, alright, I think, like, if you want to go for that con-worthy look, or, like, that kind of, like, authenticity, alright, DIY is the best way to go. So I definitely agree. I kind of have to agree by default, considering that I made this piece. But definitely I would say go DIY when it comes to building a Batman suit. For the same reasons as you said, and also just general versatility. Like, depending on how you make it, it could be pretty much whatever you want. Like I said, what I was aiming for is an in-between of their Grand Heritage series and their collector's costumes, which ranges from a price of like $250 all the way up to $1,000. Oh Lord.
$40. Paint included, $40. So that's sort of like how I feel, is for the same amount of money, you could definitely make it as exactly whatever you wish, provided that you have the right tools and training, which you obviously could find through our workshops at the DME. So remember, you need it in a pinch, you definitely could buy a costume from Party City, but if you have even just a week, I did make this piece in just about 4 days. So it definitely is possible for you to make your costumes in a con crunch situation.
Absolutely.
With that said, for this episode, when it comes to the character of Batman, we definitely suggest you DIY your costume.
Absolutely.
So just remember, if you can dream it, you can make it, and you can become it. Take care, everybody.
See you guys.